Welcome to Irish Theatre This Week. We're broadcasting live from the TheatreMaker.ie studio at Axis Ballymun. Tonight we will bring you the latest in Irish theatre, arts and international news, as well as opportunities, government updates and news from around the world. This is Irish Theatre This Week on Monday the 16th of August 2021. There's plenty of news for this busy week, so let's jump right in with the breaking stories. The Taliban are said to await a peaceful transfer of power as the group reached Afghan's capital city, Kabul. A spokesman for the militant Islamic group insisted that the people of Afghanistan are safe and that their rights and property will be protected as the group has taken over the president's office in Kabul. This coming just hours after the president of Afghanistan, Ashraf Ghani, absconded from Kabul, leaving an enormous power vacuum and stark scenes at Afghanistan's international airport as thousands flee. President Joe Biden ordered the deployment of an additional 2,000 US troops to help secure the emergency evacuation from Kabul of embassy employees, with thousands of Afghans who worked for American forces now fearing Taliban reprisals. That was on top of 3,000 American soldiers deployed in recent days and 1,000 left in the country after Biden announced in May that the final withdrawal of US military presence in Afghanistan would be completed by September 11th. The decision to leave has come under some scrutiny, but the president reinforced the fact that there was no other option, saying, "I was the fourth president to preside over an American troop presence in Afghanistan. 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. I will not pass this on to a fifth." In a shocking rout, the Taliban seized nearly all of Afghanistan in over a week, despite the hundreds of billions of dollars spent by the US and NATO over nearly 2 decades to build up Afghan security forces. Sticking with events in Afghanistan, Minister for Foreign Affairs Simon Coveney has said that his department are working on plans to get 15 Irish nationals out of Afghanistan. Mr. Coveney said that there were 23 Irish nationals, some with dual nationality, in Afghanistan, 15 of whom wanted to leave. Most had been booked on commercial flights, but all commercial flights into and out of Kabul airport have been halted, so efforts were now being made to coordinate with other EU countries, the US and the UK to try to find routes out for the Irish nationals. Mr. Coveney has also said that Ireland had agreed to waive visas for 45 citizens escaping Afghanistan, some of whom were already in Pakistan. Ireland had also agreed to take another 100 to 150 refugees. Mr. Coveney added, "We will be prioritising human rights workers, media workers and women and girls, the vulnerable." However, the minister also expects Ireland to do more facing the immigration wave incoming, calling this crisis in Afghanistan a foreign policy catastrophe, the likes of which has not been seen in decades. The Haiti earthquake relief effort continues in the search for possible survivors after Saturday's enormous quake. This powerful 7.2 magnitude earthquake has taken the lives of more than 1,300 people, according to the latest figures from Haiti's Civil Protection Agency. An additional 2,800 people were injured in the tremor that struck the struggling nation over the weekend. The quake flattened hundreds of homes in the impoverished country, which is still clawing its way back from another major quake 11 years ago, and has been without a head of state since the assassination of its president last month. On Sunday, as rescue workers searched collapsed buildings for survivors and aid workers raced to provide help, many of the region's hospitals were swamped with seriously wounded patients struggling to pull through. Health Service Executive CEO Paul Reid has said that 90,000 people in the 12 to 15 age cohort have registered for a COVID-19 vaccine, with 30,000 total vaccines administered to the age group. He added that delivering the correct information to parents is essential at this point in the vaccination programme. Separately, Professor Philip Nolan, who chairs the National Public Health Emergency Team's Epidemiological Modelling Advisory Group, said rising hospital admission rates were also not sustainable. Professor Nolan said that the case numbers were on the rise in all age groups in all parts of the country. And although he said the situation is very different from January, the vaccination is preventing an enormous number of transmissions and reducing the severity of the disease, but added that the rising incidence is a real concern. Rules on social distancing could be relaxed as the government looks to shift how the pandemic is managed by the state. The move is said to be away from regulations and population-wide restrictions and towards a focus on public health advice and personal judgment. However, the draft plans drawn up by public health officials as part of a new roadmap for easing restrictions have said any such changes would be dependent on strict targets being met. Extremely high levels of vaccination would need to be achieved. The R number must be close to 1, with key indicators showing the disease was being suppressed, and evidence that hospitals weren't struggling would all need to be seen. Variants of greater transmissibility or vaccine resistance could also hold back progress. The draft plans were discussed as part of the process for drawing up a new plan for the easing of restrictions, which is set to be published by the government at the end of this month. And before moving on, I'd like to take a moment to remind you that the TheatreMaker.ie team needs your help to keep the conversation going. During the month of August, we're asking you to support our mission in promoting conversations in the sector and making news and information freely available. And by support, we mean we need your financial help. We've set up a special page on our website, www.TheatreMaker.ie, where you can pledge your support and show how important TheatreMaker.ie is to you. If you can't help financially right now, it would help to take a moment and share our request of support with 5 of your friends. Thank you in advance for your support. Philadelphia, Here I Come is coming to Cork Opera House. The modern classic by renowned playwright Brian Friel will be the first major dramatic presentation for live audiences in Cork since the easing of restrictions. It will be at the Cork Opera House from Tuesday, October 5th to Saturday, October 16th. Philadelphia, Here I Come premiered in 1964 and subsequently transferred to Broadway, where it received numerous Tony Awards nominations. It is regarded as Friel's first masterpiece. He would go on to write such legendary titles as Translations, Dancing at Lunasa, and Faith Healer. The production will be directed by Jeff Gould, director of the Fit Up Festival in West Cork, and formerly artistic director of the Everyman Theatre. It will be a joy to direct Friel's wonderful, iconic play, and my all-time favourite in my native city. I can't wait to get started, says Juff. Tickets are now on sale at corkoperahouse.ie. Dublin Fringe Festival is starting in less than a month. DFF starts on the 11th of September. Events include installations, comedy, interactive events, and of course theatre. Some of the theatre you can check out on their website include Abundance, Autistic License, and Artist at Work, featuring Mairead Folan, who recently appeared on Stage Door Live. That video was brought to us by Dublin Fringe Festival and Big O. More information can be found and tickets bought on fringefest.com. Some tickets are still available for Bright Umbrella's The Burial at Thebes. Bright Umbrella are touring their fast-paced modern version of Seamus Heaney's The Burial at Thebes, based on the ancient Greek classic Antigone by Sophocles. The Burial at Thebes will be performed at Smock Alley Theatre Friday the 3rd and Saturday the 4th of September at 7:30 p.m, with a matinee on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. The Irish Theatre Institute, in association with Dublin Fringe Festival and in partnership with Culture Ireland, is facilitating Information Toolbox. Now in its 16th year, ITI's Information Toolbox offers the artists and companies presenting work in Dublin Fringe 2021 the chance to engage with programmers, presenters and potential collaborators across Ireland and from abroad. Registration for Information Toolbox 2021 is now open until Tuesday the 31st of August. This year's Information Toolbox will consist of a morning networking session and an afternoon pitching session on Zoom. The morning networking sessions will give groups of presenters a chance to meet artists presenting work at this year's Dublin Fringe Festival over Zoom. Dublin-based performance journal Draft, in partnership with Project Arts Centre, publishes This Is Not a Dramatisation, This Is Really Happening, an edited collection of conversations between artists exploring the place of live performance in a digital world on the 26th of August. Topics in the book include the ambient nature of contemporary warfare, the trial of millennial American whistleblower, reality winner, the embodied language of autism, rights advocate Mel Baggs, UFO origin stories, cultural boycotts in Russia, the practice of self-institutionalization as a response to hyper-bureaucracy, and the plant world as a viable model for human politics. This is not a dramatization, this is really happening. Features contributions from artists working in a range of performance disciplines based in Europe, Russia, and the USA. Discounted pre-orders are available from Friday.
If you find value in Stage Door Live, please help us grow by letting your friends and followers know. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button and give us a like. Take a moment to share this live feed with your friends and followers right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click that bell to keep updated on our new and exclusive YouTube content. Your support helps us continue these important conversations about Irish theatre now and into the future.
Rishi Sunak has been criticised for saying he sympathises with art workers. Rishi Sunak, British Chancellor of the Exchequer, was quoted saying he sympathises with art workers who feel close to quitting the industry for good after almost 2 years without regular work. I know it's hard, Sunak stated, a politician on more than £70,000 per year. The British government and Sunak previously came under fire for a reskilling campaign deemed crass. The campaign depicted people of various jobs, including a ballet dancer, suggesting they changed to tech jobs. According to the Arts Council of England in 2020, the arts and culture industry contributed more than £10 billion a year to the UK economy. The historic California Theatre in Pittsburgh, California received $400,000 in funding earlier this month. Renovations on the theatre have been underway since 2020 when it received a massive $1 million donation to begin expanding its capacity. The boost comes from the 2021 to 2022 state budget, which was recently approved by Senator Steve Glazer. The money will be used to update the theatre's marquee and build dressing rooms below the stage, as well as add more than 100 new seats. Mayor Merle Craft said that the extra money is particularly welcome after the pandemic forced the theatre and other downtown venues such as restaurants to close for so many months. Janice Glover of the Pittsburgh Arts and Community Foundation had spearheaded efforts to find grants and hold fundraisers for the first phase of the expansion, which was financed by the initial $1 million John H. and Regina K. Scully Foundation grant. That money is being used to add 150 seats and expand the 100-year-old theatre's capacity to almost 500 seats. It will also pay to reinforce the balcony, update the lighting, sound and electrical systems, and new floors and railings, and improve accessibility. The Traverse Theatre is staging This Is Paradise, written by Northern Irish playwright Michael John O'Neill, in its Fringe programme. The drama, set in the late 1990s, is a monologue in which a young woman called Kate, played by Irish actor Amy Malloy, goes through tumultuous events in her private life. As she does, the signing of the Good Friday Agreement reverberates in the background, perhaps mirroring her own internal conflict. It finds Kate at a key moment in her life as she and her partner are trying for a baby, but Kate is full of doubt about the ability of her body to go through a successful pregnancy. The play will run at the Traverse between the 24th and 29th of August and will be available to watch online from late August. Tickets are available at traverse.co.uk, where you can pay as much as you can afford from £10 onward. And it's looked like we have some breaking news, as we will do all this month. We want to thank you for supporting our Keep the Conversations Going campaign. Tonight we must thank Joseph from San Marcos, who donated €40 today. Please do help us keep the conversation going by pledging your support on our website at TheatreMaker.ie. Last Saturday, Ireland opened the doors to history and living culture during the annual National Heritage Week from the 14th to the 22nd of August. There are more than 800 in-person and online events all over Ireland, with the main focus being on natural landscapes, wildlife and habitats, buildings, structures and monuments, as well as customs, practices, places and objects. Highlights include family-focused activities such as a tour of Glendalought's monastic site, a treasure hunt for the key to Portumna's Castle Door, and a forestry workshop at Kilkenny Castle. There will be 3 short outdoor plays staged by Shiver Productions at the National Botanic Gardens in Glasnevin and Kilmacurra. Online events will include podcasts, live-streamed events, and a series of musical recordings in the settings of Sligo Abbey and Parks Castle. To check out the full programme, go to heritageweek.ie. The CLANDEBOYE Festival returns this week. The festival will be celebrating its 20th anniversary with a selection of concerts performed live and in front of an audience, but also live streamed for those who cannot make it. Funded by the Arts Council of Northern Ireland, this year's festival welcomes musicians from Northern Ireland, the Republic of Ireland and England, while international artists will be returning next year. Barry Douglas, Artistic Director of CLANDEBOYE Festival and Camerata Ireland, said, "We can't wait to see our audiences come back and enjoy great music at CLANDEBOYE again."
I'm Barry Douglas, Artistic Director of CLANDEBOYE Festival, which takes place from the 18th to the 21st of August. This year's the 20th anniversary of the festival, and we're very proud of that. We've had a lot of young musicians come through this festival, 260 so far. We're not having the Academy this year because of COVID, but we'll have that online like last year. But we have 4 days packed with great music and great musicians. Yeah, we take great pride that this is a kind of it's definitely a working festival. It's not just the concerts, obviously, for our wonderful audiences, but it's also a place for the young musicians to have masterclasses with our great international guest artists from all around the world. And then they go on to do great things. Some have gone on to study with some of the guest artists wherever they're teaching around the world. And many have gone on to great solo careers and chamber music careers. The Arts Council have been amazing, very, very supportive and great with advice on how to proceed, especially at this difficult time with the pandemic. But over the years, they've supported Camerata Ireland, our chamber orchestra and the CLANDEBOYE Festival, and it's been absolutely amazing. You can find out about this festival from the Camerata Ireland website, www.camerata-ireland.com, or from the Grand Opera House, Belfast, and the tickets are in the box office at the Grand Opera House.
You can check out the full programme at the official website of Grand Opera House, Belfast. A new report for Project Arts Centre examines the opportunities, impact and reach of digital theatre after the outbreak of COVID-19. Titled From Stage to Screen, the research report by Sinead McPhillips studies Landmark Ireland's live broadcast of The Approach. According to Cian O'Brien, Artistic Director of the Project Arts Centre, this research will be vital in setting new standards for how they engage with their audiences in innovative ways. You can find the full report on projectartscentre.ie. It's only Monday, but if you're already making plans for the weekend, you could always check out the Meadows Festival in the historic setting of the Irish Museum of Modern Art. The programme will celebrate the diversity of talent nationwide with a focus on supporting and celebrating emerging Irish artists alongside established performers. The festival will include a series of 8 socially distant events. Among them are music shows stretching genres of indie, folk, soul and orchestral performances with numerous guest vocalists. Tickets are now on sale at ticketmaster.ie. Minding Creative Minds is building a mobile app for the creative sector in association with partners Spectrum Life and the Ireland Fund. The app will feature advice and resources and act as a tool for contacting qualified counsellors. Minding Creative Minds asks you that you fill in their short 2-question survey to help make this app better. And a reminder that the second Scenographia installment, Eco Scenographia, is happening Wednesday with Max Dory. Max will discuss the Model Box Library project and waste in production design. Scenographia is a series of free online creative lectures, workshops and talks to showcase and engage with the broad and diverse range of voices and disciplines in the scenographic world, provided by the Irish Society of Stage and Screen Designers. These are taking place on a monthly basis, alternating creative workshops, lectures and practical talks. These events are free, but you need to register in advance to attend. This week's Arts Council application deadlines include the Project Awards and Engaging with Architecture. The Project Awards are open in all disciplines, from architecture to street arts and spectacle and theatre to young people, children and education. Project Awards amounts range from €30,000 to €150,000 depending on the discipline. The deadline for applications is Thursday the 19th of August at 5:30 p.m. And then the Engaging with Architecture scheme exists to support ambitious, innovative and creative high-quality projects such as exhibitions, events, festivals and programmes. It aims to enhance and extend the public experience of and involvement with architecture. The scheme is developmental and also seeks to build a network of architects, curators, arts programmers, festivals and arts centres in this area of practice. The next date to be announced. The closing date for applications is also 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, the 19th of August. Galway Arts Centre is recruiting for the new post of Director of Strategy, Development and Inclusion. The successful candidate will lead the delivery of the Galway Arts Centre strategy, engage with staff, partners and funders on the development of the centre, its programme, services and assets, and develop new ways to expand access to the Arts Centre in Galway and diversify Galway Arts Centre audiences. This is a part-time position working 2 days per week. Interested candidates should send a CV and their cover letter to Tara O'Connor, General Manager at tara@galwayartscentre.ie. Applications for this position will be accepted until 5 p.m. on Wednesday, the 1st of September 2021. Interviews will take place on the 9th and 10th of September. Another one from Galway. Galway City Council invites professional musicians, performers and artists living or working in Galway City to apply to perform outdoors in the city under the local live performance programming scheme. The scheme will be coordinated and curated by Culture Works. This scheme is funded by the Department of Tourism, Culture, Arts, Gaeltacht, Sport and Media. And the aim of the scheme is to facilitate the programming of outdoor live events in summer 2021. Performances will take place in a selection of outdoor public spaces throughout Galway City. Activities will be scheduled on various outdoor locations on the weekends in the period of September to October 2021, and some flexibility around dates may be required. Preference will be given to proposed activities that are specifically suitable for broad audiences and families. More information and applications can be found on cultureworks.ie. A paid workshop is coming up with the US artist and activist Andrew Simonet. Simonet is running a series of workshops for artists based on his book Making Your Life as an Artist. There are four sessions total taking place, with the recording of the first last Friday being available online after registering. The other three workshops take place on the 20th and 27th of September and the 4th of October. The course covers the role of artists, impact and value, long-term financial planning for artists, and general opportunities for your work.
If you find value in Stage Door Live, please help us grow by letting your friends and followers know. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button and give us a like. Take a moment to share this live feed with your friends and followers right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click that bell to keep updated on our new and exclusive YouTube content. Creating live content is a costly endeavour. If you'd like to help us keep the conversations going, please hop on over to our Patreon page, where you can become a patron and gain access to exclusive patron-only content. Patreon.com/TheatreMaker.ie. You can find us on most social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at TheatreMaker.ie. And catch additional news, blogs and sector coverage on our website, TheatreMaker.ie. Watch this space. There's more exciting content on the way from TheatreMaker.ie.
Began on Saturday the 14th and continues through to the 22nd of August with an impressive lineup of events, including an online singing workshop with Joanne Barry, Siam Satira's repertory director, titled The Traditional Songs of Old, available online on their YouTube channel for the duration of Heritage Week, and it is free and open to all to attend. Another workshop titled Sharing the Tradition, Irish Monarch Dance, is available on demand until the 22nd of August. Siam Satira is also hosting its new folk homecoming exhibition, offering a peek backstage into what it does to care for the cultural heritage, and it has been exploring, sustaining and sharing since its foundations in 1968. Including photographs, audio and video material from their archive, this event will be held from the 19th through to the 22nd of August in Siam Satira. Admission is free and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more about Heritage Week at heritageweek.ie. You can still catch Pan Pan's What is the Word, an audiovisual experience of a curated collection of Samuel Beckett poems presented by some of Ireland's leading actors. Book tickets via IFI's website now. Running from the 18th to the 21st of August in Smock Alley's main space, Histrionics is a mixture of comedy, improvisation and historical lecture. Tickets available at smockalley.com. Glassmass Theatre presents their debut production in their new venue, 1 Hour to Ron Montana, a one-man comedy set to the soundtrack of the 1980s, running until the 28th of August. Tickets are available on glassmasstheatre.com or in person at the Bestseller on Dawson Street. Firedoor Theatre's production of Yasmina Reza's God of Carnage opens Monday the 23rd in Smock Alley's main space, finishing on the 28th, with a post-show discussion taking place on Wednesday the 25th. Tickets are available at smockalley.com. In the last few days of the Everyman's Cork outdoor summer season at Elizabeth Fort, you can catch Noni Stapleson's Charolais, called a fast-paced, witty and intensely emotional tale filled with laughter, loss and despair by the Irish Times. More information at everymancork.com. And don't forget, Edinburgh International Festival and Edinburgh Fringe Festival are still happening. You can still check out a wealth of shows via the Fringe player at edfringe.com. And that's it for Irish Theatre this week. Thank you for joining us. Our programming is made possible by the support of Dublin City Council and Access Ballymun. TheatreMaker.ie is here to support you and your projects. Don't forget to send in your press releases and show announcements to news@TheatreMaker.ie for consideration to be published on our website and our online programming. Don't forget to check out Stage Door Live Wednesday week at 7 p.m. Join us again next week for another episode of Irish Theatre This Week, and stay up to date on the latest in arts news on our social media and website TheatreMaker.ie. And remember, we need your help to keep the conversation going. Pledge your support at TheatreMaker.ie. Any amount will help, and we greatly appreciate your support. I'm Micheál, and this was Irish Theatre This Week.